Hello, listeners. This is Roland. Just briefly, before we start this proper full episode to begin season 3 of Europhoria, I thought I'd caveat this episode because in the time between recording and releasing of this episode, the bloody UK Eurovision You Decide entries have been revealed. And so we thought we couldn't possibly go without commenting and giving our 2 cents on these entries. So what we're going to do is, obviously in this episode, we haven't mentioned them because they weren't out at the time. But this weekend, Isobel and I are going to sit down and do a quick review of them in what will be a mini-phoria, which will hopefully come out at some point this weekend, if not early on Monday. So tune in for that, guys, as we review all of the UK's Eurovision You Decide entries. But in the meantime, here's a full episode of your favourite Eurovision podcast, Europhoria.
Hello and welcome to season 3.
Woo! It's officially started.
Of Europhoria, a podcast where we look back on the great glam and garish of Eurovision past. My name's Isobel Shulman and I'm joined, as ever, by the southwest of England's answer to Robin Bengtsson. It's Roland Bodno.
Hey, everyone.
You've got the same initials, haven't you?
Oh, shit, I do.
You're basically the same human.
Not the west coast of Americas, though.
No,
not quite that much.
No.
But I'm here again. We actually, ironically, despite living in 2 countries, have done 2 consecutive weeks of Together podcasts.
Yeah, we have, haven't we?
Yeah.
2 different places.
That's it for
countries.
now. 2 different countries.
2 different continents.
We've gone global. I mean, we were.
We were global anyway.
We were global anyway.
We've always been global, mate. We're
Yeah, we
megastars.
have.
Famous as fuck.
Eurovision, I can't even remember it.
Maybe that should be, you know, when we changed our Twitter bio to say we're really camp and we love pop last year.
Is it still that?
It is still that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just change it to famous as fuck for this season.
We need to quote someone. So if someone can tweet that, and
Yeah,
then we'll just quote it.
Yeah, great. Okay, someone, as many of you as possible, just do that about us.
Just say
Europhoria podcast.
Yeah.
Famous as fuck.
Yeah, okay, and then we'll put it on our bio.
Great.
Cool, excellent, thanks.
First person to do it gets to be on our bio for the next, next season.
Isobel, let's do it. Would you like a lovely bottle of Pazzimento from Italy?
Oh, lovely. Is this going to be an actually nice one?
Yeah,
That's
I had a taste of
label.
it. I had a taste of it. I went back to the lovely
taste of it?
went back to the lovely place where they give you samples and they chat to you about stuff.
Yeah, but we can name that.
Yeah, Majestic.
Wine.
Yeah, lovely.
Lovely
I tell you
Majestic
what,
wine.
it was
You
lovely.
want to sponsor us? Do it, mate.
They are so well trained, right, at having a genuine conversation with you about real
I
life
told you about
stuff.
that time I went to the one in the guy with some like Leeds, and he was dead nice, and it was in like West London, but it was lovely.
You can't train that. That's just company ethic. Something.
He got bored of his own sentence.
It's just like
a third of the
bullshit.
way through.
Fucking can't go with that. How have you been?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's been a long week, hasn't it? We've had a conference.
Bloody hell, yeah, we did. Yeah,
big
that's why I'm here.
Conference. That's why Roland's in the UK to come to a big company conference. Because although he's moved to America, we still work for the same company.
Yeah.
So we did 2 days at the O2. I went on the dangle car.
Yeah, me too.
We went there together on it though.
Yeah.
What's it called again? I always call it the dangle.
The
way.
Emirates
Airline cable car that goes over the Thames. First time ever on it, right? If you're coming to London and you're a tourist, you want to do some touristy stuff, right? Do not spend ridiculous money on going on the bloody London Eye.
No.
It's £3 to go on the dangle car.
Yeah.
And it's lovely. And you can
really
just
nice.
go back again. And that's only £6.
It is sort of in the middle of nowhere. You get to go to the O2.
But you go to the O2. If you're interested in going to the O2, you've got a gig or something, definitely go over that bit. Or if you just want to go to Greenwich. Like you can go over there and then walk through Greenwich. It's a nice day. Walk along the Thames. It's beautiful.
Isobel's London recommendation.
That's my dangle car. Emirates Dangleway.
Here we go. Also, it should be renamed that as well.
It should be called the Dangleway.
Here we go. Ooh.
Oh, did you spill?
Yeah, I did. I finally spilled.
He's finally done it. After 3 seasons.
On me a little bit. After 3 seasons.
2
2 seasons, I've finally done it.
That's
not bad, is it?
Looking forward to this.
That's not bad. Ooh.
I keep thinking because we had them 2 days out, I keep forgetting that it's Friday.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
To the start of season 3.
Yay.
Officially. Apologies about the quality
delicious.
of my microphone last week. It was a bit cobbled together.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked on control.
It was, yeah. But cut out at the end. But Isabel seemed to
and also,
cover for
we
me.
should talk about the fact that this is coming out late.
Yes.
So
address that situation.
We should address it. So we were going to do one on Thursday, as per usual. But Roland was very jet lagged, and we just got this conference, and it was too much to deal with. And I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
He's a busy boy. So we've decided. Anyway, actually, we're going to do this fortnightly now. Because of the time difference, we can basically only record this now on a weekend.
Yeah.
So it has to be either a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, evening for me.
Yeah.
Which isn't always going to be feasible.
Yeah.
So we're aiming for fortnightly.
Yeah.
If we ever miss that, we're sorry. We will make up for it.
Yeah. We'll catch
These
up.
are going to be the best bloody episodes ever.
We'll put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, definitely.
And wherever possible, even if we can't do a full episode, we'll try and do a mini Foria, because we did a couple in the first season, and actually I quite liked them. So especially around national final season, they're good to do. Talking of which,
Eurovision You.
Well, I've got better at segues since the last
season.
Great. Shit, Isabel. It's all happening. They're all being announced. There's finalists. They're like national finalists. There's old Eurovision stars returning to reclaim their throne. There's gossip. There's all sorts.
Go on then. I've got no news.
There's a story that I can't quite understand yet, but basically there's a lot of drama going on in Belarus right now around the national final. I'll read you the headline from Wee Wee Blogs. It reads, Belarus, 6 finalists threaten to withdraw if Alex Zeev is allowed to appear in the national final. What? So last week, Ukraine pop star Alex Zeev qualified for the Belarus national final with his song Forever, but some of his fellow finalists aren't happy. They've threatened to leave Belarus's selection if broadcaster BTRC doesn't disqualify Alex Zeev for breaching Eurovision rules.
Why? Because he's from the Ukraine.
Controversy arose when Russian VK group ESC World Club published short videos showing Alex Zeev performing his song during his concerts in Kiev and Stavropol in May 2017.
No.
Basically, that was before the Eurovision season started, as we said, in the beginning of September.
Yeah.
You are not allowed to
perform that song. It cannot be a public song. The public cannot know it, because otherwise you've got an unfair advantage over other competitors, as you may have a fan base that you've been marketing this to and singing this to for bloody ages.
Alex Zeev and his team are basically saying it's a different song. Pretty much they're saying like it's changed enough, or it's a different song entirely from what that was, but it seems like it's pretty close. Anyway, so drama.
Land can do a song in a week, mate.
No, bloody can. They should do a new song.
Come on.
Drama in Belarus. Do you want to know what else has been going on?
Yes.
One UK national finalist has been announced. It wasn't one that we put on the list last episode. So
what? Carl Barat's sister's not involved yet?
Well, we don't know, not yet, but it wasn't one on.
She's
but we
got
won't
talent,
go.
mate.
The big news of the announced national finalists this year is one of our favourites on this show, and it's if this doesn't give it away, it's for Norway. And returning to reclaim his crown is the inexplicably young-looking Alexander Rybak. Now, he has entered Eurovision this year with a meta funk song called That's How You Write a Song.
Excellent. So I've seen a few bits online about this, but I've not yet heard it, because we thought we'd wait until the podcast for me to listen to
I've not heard any reaction from people, so I'm coming in this from I've heard it, but I don't know what other people think.
Okay.
So I'm a bit like, ooh, I don't know how. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah.
Just roll with it. That's how you write a song. Step 1, believe in it and sing it all day long. Step 2, just roll with it. That's how you write a song.
I like that bit.
Hello. He's got his little violin solo in there.
Oh my god,
it's fun. I like it.
No, it's very fun. It's ridiculous.
Like it.
How old is he?
We don't. We
Because
just
it's
don't know.
ridiculous. He
We
is
just
like,
don't
what's
know.
the? It's Dorian
105.
Gray.
He's 105
Like
years old.
he has a like an Instagram photo somewhere
That's
that
just
is like
aging slowly.
aging. Yeah. Insane.
I really like it.
That's really fun.
It's fun. It's whether it's a winner or
bless
not. He's got a good voice as well. It's like
He's
a
got
fun,
such a lovely
funky
little
voice.
face.
Yeah,
The
cheeky
dance
little
moves. Oh,
face.
well, I hope it gets through. Just so when we do the just on the night of Eurovision, it
Yeah.
gives me something I can dance.
Oh
along
my
to.
god, yeah, it's dancey.
I'm already gonna know the dance
It's
routine.
dancey. It's fun. He's
And the,
cheeky.
Hello.
It's got a good solo in. I'm all for that.
Lovely.
Yeah, so there we go. So I mean, there's loads going on. There's websites you can go to for like the really in-depth gossip.
Basically,
and everything.
Roland saying, "Do the fucking research yourself, guys. I can't be bothered. All right."
We'll do something
Just get on with it.
when we'll do something for sure when the UK entrants get announced. We'll probably do a mini Euphoria then or something to just focus on that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's all going on, guys.
Great.
Eurovision's here.
I mean, it's
It
always
comes around
here.
so quick.
It's always here in our hearts,
But it's always like,
and in our minds, and in our soul. Any other business?
oh no,
I think we did that. Really, we covered that in terms of the
yeah, we did it.
Regularity
Yeah, regularity,
of
all that
stuff.
sort of business stuff.
Send us an email, guys.
Oh,
We
yeah,
are
yeah.
europhoriapodcast@gmail.com, or you can get in touch with us via Twitter, which is @EurophoriaCast.
And we'll save the song explainer for the end.
Yes,
Yeah,
we will.
cool. Okay.
We've got a plan. Right.
Plan. Oh, it's a
Oh,
story.
it's a plan. It's my story this
God,
week. A
I'm
new story.
hoping- I realised, I only thought about it the other day, but I realised the last story that was told on the podcast was about a woman who was murdered and disappeared.
Murdered.
It was a slightly
Someone
downbeat
did a
end
murder.
to the series.
Yeah.
So
was a weird one, wasn't it?
let's see how this one fares, shall we?
This is much more fun.
Yay! No murder.
No murder. Although there is a kidnapping.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, well, bloody get on with it then. What?
Okay, yeah.
I feel weird that you said this one's much more happy. But...
No, it's fun.
Oh, fun. Okay,
It's really fun.
Excellent.
So when we've been discussing the series, we kept talking about how we haven't actually done any episodes on any of the really famous Eurovision stars yet. You know, we've been discussing the fact that we haven't done ABBA or Dana or Precious. You know, the big names in Eurovision.
Yeah.
So for this episode, I haven't gone quite that big. I haven't
We're
gone
saving
ABBA
it.
big because I still need to actually have the time and the energy and the brain space to
Whole
put some
series
effort
on
into
them.
it. We could do a whole series in ABBA. But I've gone. I thought I'd kick us off with a bona fide, definite Eurovision celeb, though. A global megastar in his own right. A man who has sold over 300 million records worldwide and reportedly slept with over 3,000 women.
Who's that? It's not Robin Bexton.
It's Mr. Julio Iglesias.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board. Is he no relation to Enrique? Because I feel like they're both...
He's his dad.
I didn't even know that.
Bloody hell, mate. So this is right. You're going to have a real education
I'm
this
gonna have
episode
a great
then.
time.
So Julio he's a big name and he's a big star globally, but his son, Enrique. To our generation at least, I think it's obviously much bigger. So to keep this episode fun, fresh and funky.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this life story of Julio Iglesias.
Yeah.
But with with excerpts of the book Enrique Iglesias, an unauthorized biography.
Yes.
Which may well be the single greatest piece of literature you'll ever read. But alongside that, there's some other bits and pieces as well that have come out of other terrible pieces of journalism and books I found along the way.
So you know what I'm really excited about this season? Because we are going to start doing some of the biggies.
Yeah.
I'm really excited because these ones actually have books written about them, right?
Really terrible books.
That we can access.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that currently in my apartment, I have a bookshelf, but with no books on it. So
oh my God.
I'm just going to fill
biographies
it
of every
with
Eurovision person.
terrible biographies of like really obscure, well, no, actually they won't be really obscure, but like random Eurovision
Honest to God,
stars.
there's some gold on the Iglesias.
I mean,
gold.
it will be weird for people coming to visit my apartment for the first time to be like...
But I always think, like we've said before, in terms of when you tell someone you do a Eurovision podcast, it's a good barometer for whether or not you're going to get on.
Plus,
if someone finds that funny or not.
Yeah, there's no preconceptions in America as well. They just don't know it. So I can say...
They don't give a fuck.
They're
so keen about everything.
Yeah, it's all right.
They just love it.
It's all right.
Oh, they're nice, aren't they, Americans?
They're all right, yeah.
Oh,
Go on then.
Okay, so we're going to start off. I'm going to get you into the scene. Give you, a good get you in the mindset that you need to be in to get involved in this story. So we're going to start off with the blurb that I found for a book called Julio Iglesias, The Unsung Story.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
This is Julio's biography.
This is an unauthorized biography of Julio.
That's even better.
All unauthorized.
Maybe I'll just only get unauthorized biographies.
It's the unsung story.
Yes.
To the fans who adore him, Julio Iglesias is the ultimate conquistador. A conqueror who knows no frontiers. He has captured the hearts and minds of audiences all over the world and has become the highest-selling recording artist of all time.
What?
Wealthy, that's true.
Is that really true?
That's true. Bigger than Elvis, bigger than the Beatles.
Fuck.
Wealthy beyond imagination, Julio displays all the eccentricities of the super rich. Houses, cars, private planes, and numerous women have been at his disposal. But fame and success have come at a price.
Oh, no.
And the star often cuts a solitary and desperate figure.
Oh.
He is a man of two faces.
He's
The public face he bears willingly, the private he guards obsessively, wishing to hide the more troubling aspects of a life that even modern filmmakers might call far-fetched.
Oh my God.
You excited?
How can you not buy that book?
You buzzed?
That's going to be first on my shelf.
I know, right?
Available at all good... No, it's not.
It's not.
No,
It's like £2 online.
Really unauthorized.
Yeah, do it. I'm going to buy it.
When you buy it, it comes bound in like plastic and it's like very...
It's just like one of those
printed off.
notepads. It's got like a ring binder that's
Yeah.
holding all the pages together.
Printed off.
Yeah. Julio Jose Iglesias de la Cueva was born on the 23rd of September 1943 in Madrid. The son of Julio Iglesias Sr., a medical doctor who became one of the youngest gynecologists in the country.
Wow.
Impressive.
Good. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, good. I don't know what being a young gynecologist like. I mean, obviously you have to go through doctor school and that,
Yeah.
innit? That was what it was called.
Just was dead into fannies while young. I don't know.
I bet when you start really young, that's really impressive. Like the young guys are like, "Have you had sex yet?" Actually, I've looked at 200 vaginas. Oh, I mean, well, all right.
Okay. Julio was a very talented young man. And he alternated between playing professional football as a goalkeeper for Real Madrid
Wow.
and studying law.
Jeez.
Right?
Didn't end up doing either of them.
Crazy good. Iglesias himself has previously admitted he was never the world's greatest football player, but believed he had the discipline necessary to play alongside the biggest sports stars of his generation.
Yeah, he did.
As his unauthorised biography reads...
Did you buy this?
No, you can get loads of bits of it online, honestly.
You just got extracts.
Yeah. Just
we
Google
should credit,
search
we
it,
should
it's
credit the
fine.
author at least, but we'll do that at the
I'll
end.
find it.
We'll do it
I'll
at the end.
Although Julio couldn't have known at the time, his desire to take centre stage and show off for the crowd already suggests the magnificent future, I can't speak, the magnificent future that awaited him in show business. Since the very first time he blocked a shot, he would forever crave the roar of an appreciative audience and the hush of a jam-packed stadium as he dove for the ball.
That's amazing. Mate,
That's
that
great,
is
right?
such a well-written, unauthorised
prose.
biography.
That is prose. Speaking about his time at Real Madrid, Julio said, "You feel 50,000 people in the stadium and you go on the grass and the magic starts.
Wow.
You feel like you are something else. All the dreams that you have for years come back in a reality and you are in front of so many people playing a match and you win, you lose. It's passion. It's courage."
Damn.
So Julio
It's
is also very theatrical.
it's this whole, everyone here is pretty dramatic.
They're at a 10.
Yeah, they're at a 10.
They're already at a 10.
They're at a 10.
Yeah.
It'd be quite an exhausting dinner party with the two of them.
Fucking
Yeah,
hell,
it would just be
honestly.
like,
Oh, yeah,
okay,
author and subject.
guys, enough metaphors. Can we just talk about like the weather or something?
Yeah,
Not about
it is,
love.
It is
like,
nice
yeah.
lasagna, isn't it? Oh my God. But his professional football career was soon to be ruined by a near-death experience.
What?
Back now.
Is this the kidnapping?
No.
No, not even that yet. No, this was a
There's
near-death
so much
experience
excitement.
and a kidnapping.
Honest to God.
All right.
Go back now briefly to the unauthorised biography.
Okay, good.
On the night of September 22nd, 1963, a 19-year-old Julio took advantage of an annual fiesta, dancing in the town square, dining al fresco, and whistling at every pretty girl that passed him in the plaza.
Sounds delightful. Sounds delightful. Every pretty
That was
girl.
one of my favourite lines.
Whistling
Yeah,
at
I really like
every pretty girl.
that. Why? How do they know that? He didn't say
He
that.
didn't know. He didn't bloody know
He
that.
didn't say that.
That's imaginary.
Basically, what actually happened was when he was 19 years old, he was driving home from a party with 2 friends and unfortunately ended in a tragedy. While taking a curve in the road, the car he was driving crashed, leaving him clinging onto life.
Bloody hell.
The crash smashed his lower back and compressed a nerve in his spine, leaving him paralysed from the chest down, a paralysis that would see him bedridden for 2 years.
2 years.
2
Imagine
years.
that.
So 19 to 21.
But even then, like 2 years and recovering as well. Like you think.
Yeah. Oh, he was. I mean, we'll go into this a bit more about his
Okay.
recovery, but he, he's never fully recovered from it. In
No.
terms of he's always had leg issues. There's always going to be problems and something like that.
Yeah.
He's 19 years old. Could have been a lawyer. Could have been a football star.
Yeah.
Both done. This is a quote from Julio now.
Okay.
All I felt at the time was, why? Why has this happened to me? I'm someone who believes there's a reason for everything. Sometimes that belief is challenged, but more often than not, I believe events take place that force you to think, feel, and act in ways you may never have before. I believe people come into your life for a reason. And although he couldn't have known it at the time, that accident did bring someone into his life who would change it in ways he could never have imagined. During his hospitalisation...
Is this the kidnapping?
No, the kidnapping's not for ages.
All right, I'm really...
Right.
Okay.
During his hospitalisation after the accident, a nurse named Eladio Magdaleno, who was treating Julio, brought him a guitar, partly as a way to distract him from his current painful and very depressing situation, but also as a means to exercise the dexterity and strength in his fingers and hands. But by doing so, this nurse unlocked a passion for music that Julio had no idea was within him.
Wow.
Over time, the physio and Julio's revitalised spirit began to pay off. I started to move my toes. I started to get up. I started to walk, albeit painfully. And I started to realise that I could survive. I started to think that I could be alive again. So from that day, I took chances. I disciplined my life. Without discipline, I would not be here. I would not be talking to you. I would not be a singer, and I would be nothing. Discipline woke up my life again.
Wow, that's
back on the
great.
mend.
But he's on the mend, yeah.
He's on the mend.
You have to. I mean, you see those stories of people coming back from that, and like how awful, just like how hard taking a step is. Like when you come back from like, you know, basically like paralysis, you like discipline is kind of the only way of getting through that, isn't it?
My mate Bob almost died in a car crash 2 years ago.
Fucking hell.
Literally, his entire body was crushed.
Yeesh.
Right. I saw him. I'd not seen him in ages because he lives up north. And I saw him November when I went up home. I literally bumped into him. He doesn't even live around there anymore. Bumped into him in the pub, and I was just like, oh my God, like he's just out of the pub hanging out. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, are you all right? Like, you almost died. Like, this is mental. And he was telling me about how he basically only been off his walking stick for about a month. He's still got loads of health problems because of it, but his whole body's pretty much been rebuilt. Like he's walking around. He's able to go out and go for some drinks with his mates and hang out and have a nice time, whatever. And he's got his missus at the death. They're having a bloody baby together. That's incredible. And that's from literally being crushed in a car to near death.
It's amazing what you can do.
2 years later, being up walking, you know, he's never going to be 100% ever again. Like he's always going to have slight issues or whatever. But it's incredible, isn't it? What the human body can withstand.
Well, you
and what modern medicine can do.
People get excited about lizards that can grow back tails, but fucking we're like...
Bob's having a baby after being crushed by a lorry.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's bloody impressive.
Better than a lizard.
Good on you, Bob.
Bob,
better than a lizard. Yeah, exactly. After his rehabilitation, Iglesias went back to obtain his law degree in Madrid, but he didn't give up on the singing.
Good. Singing lawyer, they called him. They didn't. They didn't. They should have done, but they didn't.
They should have, but no one was bright enough to. In 1968, he won the Benidorm International Song Festival, a songwriters event in Spain, with the song La Vida Sigue Igual.
Sounds great.
Meaning, life goes on the same, which was used in the film La Vida Sigue Igual about his own life.
Wow.
There is a film about him being a football playing lawyer who gets in a car crash and gets paralysed and then gets healed, and he plays himself in it.
Yeah.
I ain't watched it yet, but we're gonna.
That sounds great. Yeah, we absolutely are.
If we both watch it with Skype on or something, from our own, it'd be great.
It'd be absolutely great.
I'm gonna be into.
Oh, that'd be really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice Italian. No, wait. Where's he from? Spain.
Spanish.
Nice Spanish film.
Lovely Spanish film
lovely.
about a football player turned musician.
Who went in the car crash.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Sounds incredible. After this, the Latin crooner signed a deal with the Discos Colombia, the Spanish branch of the Columbia Records Company, and released his first studio album. The album's huge success led to his selection for the 1970 Eurovision Song Contest. This is the very minor link through to why we're doing
No,
this
he was in the
podcast.
Eurovision Song Contest.
He was in Eurovision.
He was
We're not
in
going to talk about it very
Eurovision.
much.
No, it's fine.
So Julio entered the contest with a song of his own composition called Gwendolyn, a ballad written about his first girlfriend of the same name, a French girl he'd met when he was 20 years old.
You don't hear that name very often anymore, do you?
Gwendolyn.
Well, Gwen Stefani.
Gwen? You hear Gwen? I know a couple of Gwens.
Do you?
Yeah.
I've met a Gwen.
But they're not Gwendolyns. He entered Eurovision.
Okay.
So we can watch a bit of it if you want.
Y aún recuerdo aquel ayer cuando estabas junto a mí, tú me hablabas del amor. Yo podía sonreír, aún recuerdo aquel amor. Y ahora te alejas de mí, le he pedido al cielo.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, it's sort of what you would expect from
cool.
1970.
It's very 60s European.
Yeah, like there's three.
I'm singing a song.
Yeah, there's like
about a
three women
lady.
in like not trouser suit
Very
whatever. pantsuits,
60s
but, like,
outfits. Yeah.
Yeah, in the background, and it's kind of
Well,
a ballad.
70s outfits.
Yeah, yeah,
At the close of voting,
yeah.
Gwendolyn had received 8 points.
This is back in the day,
This
though,
is
when
back
you could
in the
win
day
with
where
16.
that's like incredible. Yeah.
yeah.
It received 8 points, placing it fourth in a field of 12, losing to Ireland's winning entry by Dana. Post Eurovision, Julio's musical career went from strength to strength, with song after song becoming big not only in his native Spain, but all across Europe. And he was seeing success in his private life too. On the 22nd of January 1971, Iglesias married Maria Isabel Preisler, a Filipina journalist and television host who was also a wealthy aristocrat of Spanish nobility.
Ooh, marrying rich.
Right? It's
Good
what we all want
work.
to do.
Good
It's
work,
what we
Julio.
all aiming to do.
Seriously.
I'm aiming to do it.
Yeah, I'm waiting
I'm
for
trying my damnedest.
my holiday in the Hamptons.
Oh,
Someone's got a house in the Hamptons. I am all for that.
I'm up for that.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
Great.
are you planning on me getting with someone who has a house?
I'm
in the
planning on
Hamptons?
anyone getting rich and for me to be
Okay,
able to
like,
live
just-
through
yeah,
that.
just hang
Not
out.
anyone. But there's definitely,
Yeah,
I would say, 5
Yes.
to 6, half a dozen
Yeah.
close friends
Yeah.
who, if they make it rich,
Yeah.
I expect to see some of that benefit.
Oh no, it's totally an unspoken
in the same
pact.
way that if I get rich, you will benefit from
Yeah,
that.
no, it's an unspoken pact.
Exactly. I want to date a wealthy heiress.
No, what you want is one of your friends to, because then you've got none of the pressure of like having to maintain that relationship. But
One of my friends, she doesn't listen to this, it doesn't matter. But one of my friends is,
dating someone from a very wealthy family.
yeah.
Well,
And I don't see any of that.
what the? I feel like you should
I
raise that
see
with her.
her quite a lot, which I
Yeah.
suppose is a benefit of it because she lives in
Yeah.
another country, so she comes over a lot. But actually, I'm not getting any private jets.
Maybe they're not wealthy enough. Like
He's-
this
oh.
insurance is he?
Google his name, you
Is
find
it?
pictures of him with Beyonce.
Who is it? It's Philip Green.
Close enough,
Is
mate.
it, mate?
It's not, but you know.
Jesus. All right. Okay.
Mental.
Get in on that. I feel like you need to have a conversation over coffee. Be like, I'm not getting enough positive.
I want some
yeah.
of your benefits, mate.
return on interest. over
Yeah,
here.
where's my ROI for you dating the son of a rich person? Shit. I'll get there one day. It's fine. Together, the couple had 3 children. Chabeli, now a Spanish socialite.
All right.
Julio, another Julio, a Spanish singer. And Enrique, the one who's been dating Anna Kournikova for about 30 years.
Good for them for staying together.
I know,
Right?
lovely,
Good for them.
lovely. What's also great is when you look at the Wikipedia page for Julio Senior, where I obviously got most of this information from. It is savage in its descriptions of his 3 children.
Oh,
the
no.
first 3 children. So what it literally reads as, I'm sure unmeaning,
Yeah.
like doesn't mean to be.
Yeah.
But what it actually reads is, so he has these 3 children. Chabeli, a Spanish socialite. Julio, a Spanish singer. And Enrique, an internationally well-known Spanish singer, songwriter, actor and record producer. Which is like, fuck you, Julio Jr. Like, fuck you, you don't fucking know.
Actually, Enrique did really
Enrique
well.
was the best one. Julio, you trying to be a songwriter. Julio's the best one. Just be Chabeli. Just be like the Spanish socialite. Throughout the 1970s, Iglesias and his family were extensively depicted on the front pages of international newspapers and magazines. But the marriage of Iglesias and Preisler ended in divorce in 1979. and the discussion of Julio's sexual escapades began soon
I
after.
was going to say, how long were they married?
9 years.
Because how many women did he sleep with?
3,000.
So...
Not in those 9 years.
No, that's what I'm saying is, but even having a 9-year gap where effectively you're supposed to be sleeping with one person,
Yeah.
that it restrains your amount of time possible to sleep with 3,000 women.
He wasn't sleeping with just one woman.
No, he wasn't faithful.
Like,
was he?
allegedly.
Anyone
Allegedly.
anyone who sleeps with 3,000 women is not faithful to anyone at any given point.
Absolutely no chance whatsoever. No. The same year of his divorce, he moved to Miami, Florida, and signed a deal with CBS International and started singing in different languages. He sang in English, in French, in Portuguese, in German, as well as Spanish.
Did you say the same day as his divorce?
Yeah.
That's it. Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say same day is like a good way to get divorced.
Yeah.
Like...
Following years of growing success, in 1984 he released I don't know how you say this, 1100 Bel Air Place.
Yeah.
I think that's how you'd say that. The hit album, which established him as a star in the English-speaking entertainment industry. It sold over 3 million albums in the United States alone. That's ridiculous.
In the United States alone?
Yeah.
That is...
He's a megastar, mate.
Yeah.
Bigger than the Beatles.
That is... Yeah.
Julio Iglesias. Bigger than
Okay.
the Beatles. Julio went on to record music with the likes of Willie Nelson, Stevie Wonder, and Diana Ross.
Shit.
And win a Grammy for Best Latin Pop Album in the 1988 Grammy Awards for the album Un Hombre Solo, A Man Alone.
He is a man alone. That's what that blurb was talking about.
As mentioned throughout his life, Julio has been surrounded by talk of his philandering ways.
Oh, there we go.
Now, we're going to go back to that first book I mentioned.
Yes. Unauthorized.
Enrique Iglesias.
Oh.
Unauthorized.
Oh, still
biography.
unauthorized, okay.
It's always unauthorized, mate.
Yeah.
Always.
I think we should limit
Never
our
authorized.
research to
I don't want
unauthorized
authorized
only. Yeah.
research. No.
You don't want them to have to approve it.
So this is a good chunk,
Yeah.
but it's worth it, right?
Mm.
Despite the universal appeal of his father's music, Enrique could never get too jazzed over jamming along with the sounds of Julio Iglesias. In fact, it embarrassed him to hear his father singing plaintive ballads of love and lust. At that age, he had a hard time coping with his own burgeoning sexuality, let alone having to come to grips with the concept of his father's romantic life. The mere thought of his father's Latin lover status gave him a serious case of the heebie-jeebies.
Sounds like Liza Minnelli wrote the unauthorized biography of Enrique Iglesias.
Oh my God.
And
yeah.
gave him the heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies. We're not finished.
Oh, shit. Okay.
The burden of having one of the world's most The burden of having one of the world's most sexually active men for a father couldn't have been an easy one to bear. Whenever a mention of Julio's love life appeared in the press, Enrique would have to endure his fair share of teasing. Although he never confronted his dad about it, Enrique was affected by his parents' breakup. It was his firm belief that every woman he had ever loved had disappeared because of his father's inability to stay committed to one person.
God, that's
Intense.
heavy, right?
Intense, right?
Also,
yeah.
I love
Shit's going
that. I
down.
love that puberty
Yeah.
was described as burgeoning sexuality. If I'd have said that when I was hitting puberty, and I was like, "Yeah, no, mum, it's my burgeoning sexuality right now."
Burgeoning sexuality. My favourite bit is you can never get too jazzed over jamming along with the sounds of Julio Iglesias.
Great. Yeah, but it is
my
true.
God.
Like, if your dad is one of the world's most like renowned lovers, it's not the best like thing to live
Yeah,
with.
when you're like a weird spotty puberty
Yeah.
teen.
God, I just want to go fishing. Like, that's a lot of time spent in the bedroom and not spent with your children. Is what I'm thinking.
It is. Roland Bodnam, responsible father right here. Too much shagging, not enough playing out with the
Parenting.
kids.
Yeah. Take your kids to the football or
No.
like go fishing or just support them when they do their local play.
Exactly.
You know, the local
Yeah,
play.
the local play that they do.
Too much fucking.
After his divorce from Isabel, Julio found a new love in the shape of, and this will be no shock to you, in the shape of 22 years younger Dutch model Miranda Rinsberger. The couple had 5 children together: Miguel, Rodrigo, twins Christina and Victoria. I hate twins; they're weird.
Yeah.
Guillermo. No, I've said that wrong. Guillermo.
Yeah.
And went on to marry in 2010 in a small church in Marbella.
Okay. So yeah, fine. Committed. Well, we're not
Well,
committed.
you know,
3,000
whatever.
numbers.
In September 2006, Iglesias released a new English language album, which he titled Romantic Classics.
Good.
I've chosen songs from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s that I believe will come to be regarded as the new standards, Iglesias stated in the album's sleeve notes. So you think, wow,
New standards.
Like new standards.
Yeah, like the Sinatra songs,
classic,
the Bobby
right?
Darin, Beyond the Sea, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh my
classics.
God, yeah.
Okay.
The album featured his interpretations of Foreigner's I Want to Know What Love Is and the Wham selection Careless Whisper.
I mean, good on him for calling them standards, because Careless Whisper, maybe, I
fucking love Careless Whisper.
Exactly.
I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner, though. Come on.
You can't call that a standard.
Oh my God.
Seriously, like he, as if he could say that without like a smile, like on his.
That's in the album notes. That's in the sleeve notes of the album. Mental.
Good on him though for lying through his teeth.
Romantic Classics, right,
Yeah.
was Iglesias' highest debut on the Billboard charts.
Wow.
Entering at number 31 in the United States, 21 in Canada, 10 in Australia, with top spots across Europe and Asia. He returned to the studio to record songs from the album in Filipino and Indonesian for the Asian releases of the album, which helped propel record sales in the Asian entertainment industry too.
Jesus
So he wasn't
Christ.
happy with Latin America.
No.
He wasn't happy with the English-speaking
Global.
entertainment. He's fucking global.
Global.
He's learning Asian.
Good on him for
He's singing Careless
in
Whisper in Filipino.
Good for him. I want to
I'd
hear.
pay money to hear
I
that.
want to hear Filipino Careless
I
Whisper.
should have Googled. I should have searched for it. We'll find it.
We'll find it. Listen, Google.
So we're gonna. I'm pretty much at the end now. There was a lot.
He's
Like
still
I had
alive.
to like.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still going.
Still going.
He's still going.
That count, that
There's a lot-
3,000
like,
still
there's
going
so
out.
much. Like Julio Iglesias is potentially one of the most interesting people.
Yeah.
To research.
damn it.
There's so much. I had to condense some of this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go like power through some.
Wait.
bullet points, right?
We haven't done the kidnapping.
Right, I'm powering through now.
Okay, all right.
So this is some other fun things to know about Julio.
Okay.
In 2008, he made a music video with Gulnara Karimova, who is the daughter of Uzbek dictator Islam Karimov.
Wow. Okay.
So
So,
that's
he's,
fun.
mixing with the wrong crowds, but you know.
In October 2012, Iglesias performed a concert in Equatorial Guinea where tickets were reportedly $1,000 each.
Fuck. And I assume there were people there, so at least one
Yeah.
person paid $1,000.
That's not like Vegas. That's
How?
mental.
Wow. Yeah. Like even
Equatorial
the biggest.
Guinea.
Wait, in Equatorial.
In
Guinea?
Equatorial Guinea.
That's nuts. I guess he's big in like Latin America.
Bonkers.
Yeah.
In 2013, he received 2 historic awards. First, he was awarded the most popular international artist of all time in China.
The most popular artist of all time.
The most popular international artist of all time in
international
China.
artist of all time.
In China.
So they only give that award once.
Yeah, it's him.
That's
it.
that done. I feel a bit. That's a
That's
bit
it.
like for forever.
Forever, he'll be the most popular in
I feel like
China.
that's a bit of an anticlimax, to be honest.
And he was also given the Guinness World Record for the best-selling male Latin artist.
Well, that's a number. So good. Yeah, good. Good.
Bloody hell, mental.
Yeah, good for him.
Another fun fact.
Okay.
Julio still hadn't met Anna Kournikova, his son Enrique's very famous tennis,
Yeah.
superstar
As you said,
girlfriend.
married for how many years?
Well, together.
Oh,
a
yeah,
couple.
together for years, yeah.
But he still hadn't met her after they'd been together for 12 years.
Jeez.
12 years.
Apparently, his father's
Too
sexual
much shagging,
prowess.
not enough hanging
Yeah,
out with the
that's
kids.
what I fucking said,
Same
yeah.
thing, isn't
Too
it?
much, yeah.
Get to know your bloody
Maybe Enrico was
son's
worried he'd
girlfriend.
end up
the shagging.
shagging Kournikova.
Why?
Yeah.
Shagging.
She's very attractive.
Isn't she? They have been together for
Good for
forever.
them. Good for them.
On off. But I think
Oh,
more
is it?
I think more on than off recently.
Well, good.
Yeah.
She's not doing tennis.
I mean, they're doing better than Brad and Angelina.
He's not really. Oh, he's. What's he doing?
Singing.
Songs probably
He's
still.
always doing the singing.
He's always doing singing.
He had his mole removed. He has a
He
lovely
did,
time.
didn't he?
Yeah.
I remember that.
And currently, this is the last hit fact. Quick fact, let's
Right.
call it that, is that he's currently fighting a paternity lawsuit brought by Mr. Javier Sanchez Santosa, aged 41, who claims to have the results of a DNA test showing that he is the singer's son. So he potentially has
So
gone
he-
from 7 kids to 8 kids.
But he's saying, "I'm not your dad," and the
Yeah.
guy is saying, "You are my dad."
Yeah, the guy's saying, so I read this article, it's happening literally at the moment.
Wow.
He had a private detective. So his mum had an affair with him
Yeah.
while he was with Isabel,
Yeah,
while
yeah,
he was
yeah.
with
Yeah.
Enrique's mum.
Yeah, yeah.
And this guy hired a private detective who found tissues and cigarette butts with Julio's, I know it's like a movie,
DNA on,
wow. And they've done tests, and it's 99% positive that he's his father.
Shit!
But so he's taking him to court for it at the moment. He's fighting in court.
You'll get access to his money then.
All the money.
That's a lot of money. That's how you. That's the other way you do it. Marry rich, or find out that your dad isn't your dad. It's the
my dad's definitely my
singer.
dad.
Mine too.
It's too similar.
So you just got to marry rich then.
Fuck. Or make it rich off our own backs. But I don't think
that's too much work. If anyone wants to give us money, that's fine.
So
right. Okay.
I know you're waiting for it.
I've been waiting for it for the whole episode. Right. Kidnapping.
Final exciting piece of Julio news.
Yeah.
In 1982, his father, Julio Senior,
Junior,
there's too many seniors.
Yeah, Senior.
Was taken hostage by Basque terrorists.
Fuck.
Mental.
I learned about the Basque terrorists the other day. They wear berets and masks. They're scary looking. Who's taken hostage?
So this is from an article at the time. So 1982.
Was he alive? He was alive at this point. He's old.
They're all alive. It's 1982.
Yeah, 1982.
Yeah.
They're all alive.
They're all alive. All the characters.
Enrique.
All the
Julio,
big names.
And Julio.
All alive. Yeah, Enrique must have been alive as well. Yeah. How old's he?
He's older than us.
Yeah, we're 88.
Yeah, 89.
Oh, fuck you.
Just I'm younger than you.
This is from an article from 1982. A squad of nearly 150 crack anti-terrorist troops freed the father of superstar singer Julio Iglesias on Sunday and arrested his 4 Basque terrorist kidnappers in a pre-dawn raid, ending a 19-day drama without bloodshed.
Shit.
Dr. Julio Iglesias, remember, gynecologist, youngest in the country.
Dr. Julio Iglesias sounds even
Julio
better.
Iglesias, 66, he was an elderly man at this point, was unhurt but exhausted. 2 men abducted Dr. Iglesias on December 22nd and demanded a $2 million ransom from his son, who sold more than 10 million records last year in Europe and Latin America. The kidnappers, 2 members of the ETA Basque terrorist group, were arrested in the raid and taken to Madrid for interrogation. Carlos, who's another son, told reporters 2 men bundled his father off in a car after snatching him outside a Madrid travel agency, then drugged him and took him to their prison in the trunk of the car. Fuck. ETA squads, so everything ended nice. Yeah, it was fine with Dr. Iglesias.
He's all right.
But ETA squads at the time had kidnapped 40 people since 1970. Iglesias was the 27th victim to escape unscathed. 5 others were killed, and 8 had been shot in their kneecaps.
Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ, that's terrifying.
Rough. This is another bit, so we're going to a little bit further about his father. You can kind of see where Iglesias got his philandering ways from. On the 19th of December 2005, Iglesias' father, Julio Senior, died of a heart attack at the age of 90 years old. A week before his death, it became known that his 42-year-old wife was pregnant with their second child.
Wow. I mean, Mick Jagger did a similar, not even that old, but like...
Wrong'uns.
It's
them weird families that you meet where someone's like, oh yeah, my uncle's 5 years younger than me. Yeah. Except in this case, his uncle's like 50 years younger than him.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. And so how long before he died? A week before he died?
Yeah. So he was 90 years old. He got someone pregnant at 90.
He died of...
That is why... In fact, that is exactly the fucking reason.
That's the problem
why straight
with
men
everything.
Are vile as
fuck. It's the problem with everything.
Is that
there's no time...
At 90 years old, they can still get someone pregnant.
There's no time...
And with no care. Oh, I'll just get someone pregnant and then fucking die because it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, there's no...
Whereas women, at the age of 35... What? No. In fact, at the age of 25, I told her, hurry up because you might run out of the eggs. You might... you got to have a baby soon.
Your purpose...
Sort your shit out. Your purpose
I'm not saying that. Your purpose on this planet is
ending soon. Quickly. Whereas 90, you can just go, I've spoffed one out, have a kid, I'm dead now.
Spoff one out.
Men are gross.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Bloody nightmare.
I've had half a bottle of red wine now. I'm slaying it.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
I'm angry. I'm sick. It's New Year. I'm single. I'm angry. Right. But we'll end, we've done all the philandering stuff, so we'll end Julio's story in his own words and talking about his actual one true love, music. Now, this bit is a direct quote, okay?
This is not unauthorized. This is authorized.
This is authorized.
Authorized.
And I'm sorry to use it, but it's from a Daily Mail article in 2014.
That's fine. We have to do our research.
When I am performing, I feel everything of my body, darling. He says that to the interviewer. I feel everything of my body, darling. I feel from here, he touches his orange forehead, right down to my feet. Feet. Actually, not feet. I cannot walk very good because I have pain in my feet. I just jumped the other day in my bed and my little toe, and they spell it Leetle, little toe, where I have a bone, he is hurting like crazy. People ask me, do you get nervous? No, I'm so crazy when I go on the stage. My blood runs stronger. I don't have cholesterol.
Wait, hang on. This is ramblier than a Trump speech at this point.
I don't have cholesterol. I don't have arthritis. Or maybe just a little bit after the concert. No, to be on stage is the biggest privilege of someone who wants to expose himself in front of people.
Oh, don't expose yourself in front of people.
That is actual.
Do that that is a really bad quote. That is a really bad quote. Like, and you could tell that was written verbatim.
I barely got through that.
Oh God! And you could tell, like, it's one of those ones. I've done it where, as you're saying it, you're like, oh, this is going to be interpreted really badly. Really badly.
Like,
and afterwards, I'm sure he went, I don't mean like expose yourself like that, but they just taken that one quote, and he's like, expose yourself badly. But there we go.
Guy.
Mate, that was a really good story about Julio Iglesias.
Oh, thanks, love. It's really it was really convoluted trying to get everything together.
Yeah.
Because you start reading
so
stuff
much.
and you're like, okay, so he's a philanderer, and then you go, oh no, but wait, his dad was abducted by terrorists.
Yeah.
Oh no, and there was loads of stuff I cut out. There was all this stuff about like weird properties that he's owned and stuff. Like it's just, I didn't even go into the amount of stories that there were obviously about his love life and stuff as well.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He is an odd guy.
There are many, many, many odd guys from the history of Eurovision Song Contest.
Isn't there?
Love it.
Right, there you go.
Well
story.
happy. Love it. Good start to the season, mate. I'm really happy with that. I miss the stories. I really have. Are we going to explain this thing that we're doing now?
Yes, we're going to explain song stuff this year. So we've decided, because we're doing it fortnightly, we're doing things a bit different. We've got to change things up for you guys anyway, haven't we? Got to make things fun.
Yeah, keep it interesting.
So this year, instead of Roland doing a song a week,
because that's nuts.
That he cannot continue at that level.
Completely crazy.
It's ridiculous. What we're gonna do is Roland is going to build the greatest Eurovision song ever on a what?
Oh, well, I'm gonna say this isn't just me.
No,
this is all of us.
This is going to be, exactly. Oh, fuck, yeah, no,
this
of course.
This is all of us.
Not Roland. We, everyone. You listening, your friends, your family, your countrymen, whoever you can get involved. We, as a collective, as a hive, are going to create the greatest Eurovision song ever on a weekly basis, fortnightly basis, with the episodes throughout this series and throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So, what we're going to do is Roland is going to come each week with a different idea, a different part of, whether it's a theme, whether it's a lyric, whether it's a melody, a chord progression, a backing track, a drum beat, whatever it may be. Yeah. He's going to come with something every episode that he's going to put to me, put to you as the listeners as a suggestion of, right, this is what I want to use, this is why I want to use it, and this is what the song's going to be. So that over the series, we build this song and it all gets put together. And once we've got things kind of more together, as we're later on in the series and we've actually got the melody coming together and the music coming together, we will be asking you to contribute towards it as well. So we know that we made it difficult last year asking you to make a song.
4 songs.
Not possible, but we know that we have talented musicians out there. We know that people out there can play guitar, they can play violin, they can play the drums, they can play, saxophone or whatever, So what we're going to do is, once Roland's song starts getting built, is we're going to be able to say, right, we now know what this part of the song sounds like. Can anyone out there
record that bit
on a piano?
Yeah.
Record that bit on guitar.
Or even genuinely, like, if I'm doing a lot of traveling, like, I will try to, if need be, if you can't record it, try and find you and record it, or figure out some way of recording it. Yeah. Whether that's like helping you record it over Skype or physically being there to record it. Like,
we're here to support.
We are genuinely. So we spoke at the end of last year about trying to enter into whatever thing it was,
like San Marino.
And it was a big ask, and it was also whilst I was moving country, literally emigrating. So it's a big ask. But like genuinely, we think we can build through our community a song.
Yeah.
I will also say at this point, we are going to be using the help of an amazing, we've spoken about it before, an amazing guide that basically this publication in the UK, who are global, but they're based in the UK, called Pop Bitch, who do this amazing coverage of Eurovision every year. If you haven't looked at their coverage of Eurovision, they do this amazing coverage. So, and I'll keep talking about them because they do great stuff. But every year they give this guide of the really technical approach to how to make or the winningest Eurovision songs, and exactly all the elements that are used in that. So I'm going to use that as a guide, and hopefully by the end of this year, or by the time that the actual qualifications roll around again next year, we will have a genuine song that we can pull together, and we can get singers and musicians and whatever else to make a full song, and we'll have done it together, and we'll have done it as a group. So we're going to start this week.
Right.
So, they do...
This is going to be technical, guys.
They do very, very technical stuff. So they do tempo, they do key, they do chord progressions, they do some really, really technical stuff. This week, we're going to start on a fairly broad... We're talking a high level, so we're talking like 10,000 feet thing. And we're talking about themes.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't have anything new to bring in terms of like a music to listen to or anything like that.
That's fine.
But what we're going to do is we're going to look at what their recommendations are, and they've gone deep into this. And they have a section on their analysis called wordplay. And what Pop Bitch says is, more often than not, Eurovision lyrics are just a bunch of nonsense strung together in somebody's second language. But there are actually patterns to all of this. Walking on sunshine, lyrical suicide. Holding your heart in your hands, even worse. Flying through a storm, though, now that's where you want to be. So what they have is a little graphic here of words that are good and words that are bad.
Okay.
And I've taken some of these words and looked up them in songs from Eurovision history, and we're going to look at what Pop Bitch says and says whether they're good or bad, and then have a quick listen. And then we're going to discuss maybe some of the words that we can take on board to create a theme. We're not necessarily going to create a whole theme, but we're just going to have a little look. So Pop Bitch says, firstly, I'm going to do this. Pop Bitch says that a bad word to use, and this surprises me, bad word to use, sunshine.
Oh.
Don't use sunshine.
Too cheesy, maybe.
Mentioned 5 times by losers, only once by a winner.
Okay.
However, they do say, in contrast to sunshine, you know what is good? Storms.
Right.
Storms, anything to do with lightning. Thunder, lightning, and rain.
Thunder and lightning is very exciting.
You got it. Let's have a listen to Sergei Lazarev. Not a winner, but came very close.
The skyline to show where you are. My love is rising, the story's unwinding. Together we'll make it and reach for the stars. You're the only one, you're my only one. You're my life, every breath that I take.
Okay.
What do we learn from that?
We learnt lightning, lot of sunshine.
Drama. When I think when you come to if you're going to do a weather metaphor,
less cheese, more drama.
Drama. Yeah, sunshine is cheesy. It's obvious. We're not going down the obvious route. Although "Walking on Sunshine" is a great song,
one of my favourites.
I don't think it hits with the Eurovision crowd. Okay, I've got 2 more. Comparison. Actually, not a comparison. That's weird to say. The Pop Bitch says, and probably rightly so, moustache, bad.
I can imagine, because very few people like a moustache.
It was mentioned once by a loser. By loser, they mean someone who came last place. This is a song.
Is it France?
This is a song by France in 2014 by a band called Twin Twin called Moustache. Look.
Moustache.
Look.
Moustache.
I quite like that song.
I don't mind it until they start doing the moustache.
But apparently, moustache doesn't go down well. Last thing, we're going to go what does go down well. there is a feature of the face, a prominent feature of the face, and that is the eyes. Now, Pop Bitch says that eyes were mentioned 4 times by winners, one of which...
Everyone loves an eye.
Everyone loves an eye. You can look into the eye. You can look deep into the eye. One of which was in 1993 for Ireland. This was in their spate of running, winning, uncontrollably winning.
Before they went bankrupt.
By one Neve Kavanagh. Let's have a listen.
I love that.
That's a great song.
I'm well into that.
And actually, you know what that does? That combines 2, because Pop Bitch actually say that In Your Arms is also mentioned twice by winners.
I was going to say that, like, all of the nice metaphors, no, not really, but like the descriptions she gave then of like in your arms, in your smile, in your eyes, in your heart. It's like, lovely.
That's a really good song. I've never even heard that before. That was great. So what we are learning is that if I talked about sunshine in your mustache,
terrible,
really
You're
bad.
Losing. You're losing, mate.
If I talk about thunder in your eyes,
thunder in your eyes,
right? Thunder in your eyes.
I'm into that already.
And like protection in your arms,
and like rain in your heart.
Yeah, that seems fine.
A stormy heart.
You know what?
No, rain's bad.
Heart's bad.
Heart's bad.
Mentioned 9 times by losers. You know what I think that is though, is that I think there's just a prevalence of heart. So I think there's like an overuse
you want
of
lightning
heart.
eyes and rainy arms.
Rain arms, like protection arms.
Stormy arms.
Stormy. Thunder.
Stormy
eyes.
Stormy eye arms.
I think like lightning in your eyes is quite good, right? So we're talking drama, we're talking eyes, and we're talking arms.
Great.
That's something to go on, right?
That's perfect.
We've got 52 weeks.
That's perfect.
To get it going.
So guys, this is the beginning of your what's it called now when you have like a mood board?
Yeah, mood board.
Your mental mood board for our Eurovision song, our collective hive mind Eurovision song. This is going to be the first ever crowdsourced Eurovision song, okay? And the beginning of it is thunder in your eyes.
Thunder in your eyes. And so what I'm also going to do is I'm going to offer up like decisions to make. And like Isobel will have obviously a big say, but it'll be like Eurovision. So Isobel will be the jury.
Yeah.
But we will also consider the public vote.
Consideration, yeah.
So when we're doing things like chords and keys and tempos
we want
and
you
rhythms
to get in
and stuff,
touch. Like if you've got musical abilities, tell us if we've missed something. If we've got something wrong, and be like, no. This would sound better like this way.
Yeah.
Absolutely smash that
and
in.
if it's a 50-50 thing, we'll put it to a Twitter poll and we'll ask people on Twitter.
If we never play the entire song until September, we've never
for sure
we've never published this song.
Absolutely.
If we just go chord
this
here, chord there until September, and then we have an actual reveal of this is what the song sounds like, we've not broken any Eurovision
no, we
rules,
genuinely haven't.
Oh my God.
We've played the system.
And we can all go to Eurovision for free if we make it.
You'll all be as part of our PR team or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll find roles.
There we go. So we're thinking thunder in eyes.
I hadn't thought up an ending because I didn't think we were meant to do it.
We need to work out the ending.
We need to do that.
Yeah,
it's
we've
all
got
right.
to go. We love you
We're
all.
having a lovely time.
Yeah, we're back.
I'm really drunk.
Yeah, you got to go off and do something now. I've just got to go home.
I'm really late to meet some friends.
All right, mate. So we're going to do this fortnightly, so we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks' time.
Stay in touch.
We love you. Email us.
Yeah.
Let us know ideas, just thoughts you're having when you're walking down the street, anything. Someone has to tweet that we are, what was it?
Just great.
Famous as fuck.
Famous as fuck.
Famous as
Someone
fuck.
tweet that.
Someone tweet that, and we'll quote you as it.
Yeah,
All
we
right?
will. All right, guys.
Bye.
See you next week. Next fortnight. Bye.